Hello there. I'm Jason McCoy, your instructor of psychology. If you're hearing my voice right now, then you are registered for one of my 3 courses, Psych 150, Psych 259, or Psych 241. That's general psychology, human sexuality, and developmental psychology. Now, it doesn't matter whether or not you're taking one of my courses face-to-face, hybrid, or internet. The fact of the matter remains, you need this tutorial. If you don't need this tutorial, you can simply skip ahead or you can turn this off. But if you do, then you'll want to listen. This tutorial is going to give you insight into exactly what the expectation is for all of these classes right here and right now. What are the first things you need to be doing if you are brand new to this course? Well, I can tell you, number one is to log into Blackboard by going to cfcc.edu and logging in to the portal. Once you do this, you're going to see a screen similar to this. Now, it may not look exactly like this, but it should look similar. You're going to want to click on your classes and or Blackboard. Now, there's a few places you can click to get in here, but this is the one I always use. You could perhaps click up here in the search bar for Blackboard or scroll around down here in the content area. But I'm going to click right here because I have it as a favorite. My class is Blackboard. Again, I'm not sure if your screen will look exactly like this. However, if it does, you'll simply click under Courses. Your screen may look more like this. If it does, find the course that you're in with me. This is a look at all the courses I'm currently teaching. So what I'm going to do is just pick one. I'm going to pick Psych 150, I12. So there's quite a few of you enrolled in this class, and the rest of you can just follow along and just know that this will work for each and every one of you, no matter which of the courses below or above you're registered for. Again, I'm going to click Psych 150, I12. You may be clicking another course. Once you're inside your course, you'll see a list of items over to your left in this window. Again, your window may not look exactly like this. It may not have nearly as many things, but it should have some of the same basic information, like first and foremost, the enrollment verification. Click enrollment verification. This must be clicked on and completed before 11:59 p.m. on the due date, which is January 20th, Wednesday. This is merely a quiz to establish your attendance in the class. Questions like, what is the name of your instructor for this course, which all of you should know by now, is Jason McCoy. Continue down and answer the remaining 9 questions. Now, it says that it's worth points. The truth is, these points do not count for you or against you. I'm only looking to ensure that you complete this activity. I'm not looking to use the grades you earn in any meaningful way. Once you've finished, click Save and Submit. Now, that is the first and foremost thing you need to do if you're enrolled in any of my courses. Again, once you're in the Blackboard course, click Enrollment Verification and take this quiz. Do that by 11:59, January 20th, which is a Wednesday, in order to remain enrolled in the class. This is just to establish your enrollment. Now, the next thing you need to do is scroll down here to Coursework. Coursework. Look underneath folder 1 or Unit 1. Again, it may not look exactly like this depending on which class you're in, but it should say something like Unit 1 folder, Unit 1 content. There are many other folders in the course, but they're not open for you. They're not visible to you yet. They're visible to me because I'm the one who creates them and edits them and maintains them, but they're not visible to you. Only Unit 1 should be visible to you. Okay? Click inside Unit 1. And you'll see several things inside Unit 1. Again, they may not look exactly like this for everyone, but all of you should have some of the same stuff. The thing that you need to do first and foremost once you're inside your Unit 1 folder is you need to access your online textbook. And each and every one of you should already have access to this textbook. In addition to this textbook, you would then have access to your assignments as well as your exams. That is because I have enrolled you in what's called Inclusive Access. It's a program by my publisher that essentially sells you your textbook materials online when you pay your tuition to CFCC. In other words, it's sort of a one-stop shop. Now, you had the right to opt out of this. Very, very, very few people ever opt out. Because, of course, if you did opt out and did not accept this inclusive access when you paid your tuition, you would still, of course, need to buy access to this. And if any of you need to buy access to this, please contact me by email, and I'll give you further instructions on how to do that. Click on the first chapter, Learnsmart, LS. Some of you, it might say SB, Smartbook, but click on the first chapter, Learnsmart. Make sure it's not the exam because you don't want to take that yet, but click on the first chapter, Learnsmart. For all of my introductory psychology students, Psych 150, you will see Chapter 1, Intro to Psychology. For others, you'll see something different because your course is different. But everyone should have Chapter 1, and everyone should click this first and foremost. Now, what you will see when you click it is not exactly what's on the screen now. What you'll see when you click this is a prompt to register for Connect. Register what you've already purchased. Again, you already have purchased this. You just need to register it now. I believe it's going to ask you for your email and maybe a couple other things. Once you register, from that point forward, each and every time you log in through this link to your text, it's going to look like this right here. And what should pop up on the screen after it's all finished loading is your first chapter. If you had clicked Chapter 2, Learnsmart, then of course that would have popped up on your screen. Chapter 3, Chapter 14, that would pop up on your screen. Now, this is the online book. It's exactly the same as the book that you would be using if you had a physical book. And by the way, it's also okay to have a physical book, but you just need this access as well. Why? You need access to this book, which is why I included it in the price of your tuition, so that you can readily do your assignments as well as your exams. Now, this book is a smart book. It has assignments built into it. And you may notice as you're looking at the screen, there's a little box down here at the bottom left that's flashing. This is to let you know that there are some homework questions that you need to take. These are known as Learnsmarts. Learnsmart is really just a silly name for the homeworks you'll be doing in each of these chapters. So along with reading the chapter, you need to click on the practice button and complete all of the items that pop up on the screen. These are diagnostic in nature. They're adaptive in nature, which means that they're trying to get an idea of how well you're learning this material. And you can use any strategy you'd like to get through these Learnsmart exercises. You could, for instance, read your entire text chapter before you ever start your Learnsmarts. Or you could start your Learnsmarts, give them a try, and then go back and read. You can do it however you wish. My recommendation is to read a little, take some of the practice questions. Read a little, take some of the practice questions. How do you know when you've finished? Well, the program will tell you. How do you know what score you've earned? When you go back into Blackboard, you will see a grade in there. Well, what if you start doing this and you don't complete it? Can you go back later? Well, of course you can. How many times can you go back in here and read and take these Learnsmart questions? As many times as you need up until the respective due date. And again, each of these have their own due dates, and that is based upon the class you're in. And you should be able to see these due dates in multiple places, including the course syllabi, as well as the course schedule, as well as at the level of the coursework itself, right there inside the Unit 1 and subsequent unit folders. Now, the read about this link is pretty cool because it takes you directly to the part of the book where if you read, you will find the answer to the question. That actually is a shortcut, hence the term Learnsmart. Now, you also notice that each question it gives you, before you can answer it, you also have to indicate how confident you are. This is part of the internal calculus of the Learnsmart program. This is what makes the program so smart, so efficient, and so adaptive. It's trying to assess what you know as you work through these. So if you genuinely do not know the answer to the question, again, say, I have no idea. Each time you click, I have no idea, it will give you the correct answer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Can't I just keep clicking the wrong answers and each time follow that up with the no idea button and eventually get through these? Yes, but that would take you a long time because you're guessing. And there are a certain number of these that you have to get right before it will tell you you've completed it. Psychology is a scientific study of thought and human behavior. You will get a lot of questions. A few of them will ask you to type in the answer. I'm going to type this in incorrectly. At least I'm going to spell it incorrectly, and we're going to show you something. Notice it still gave me credit. So you don't actually have to spell everything exactly right. The computer does recognize that you got it right, but you simply misspelled it. So that's kind of neat. Again, if you absolutely do not know it, you can click no idea and it will give you the answer. Of course, if you absolutely do not know it, you could also first go to read about this and learn about it. Now, you probably also are noticing that some of your text has color highlighting in it. This is because all of the places where there are yellow marks is where the questions from the Learnsmart come from. In essence, this is what the publisher thinks is most important about your text. I will tell you that as you read through this text and continue getting these Learnsmarts correct, the amount of yellow highlighting will begin to diminish. That is, you will have a visual representation the longer you work in this Smartbook of your learning. Because as you learn stuff, as evidenced by getting these Learnsmart questions correct, the amount of yellow that you see within your textbook will begin to diminish or disappear. Now, if you don't want any of this yellow at all on the screen as you're reading, you can come down here to the tools at the bottom right of your screen and click on the paintbrush. This button will toggle the highlighting on and off. Now, last but not least, once you've finished all of your Learnsmarts, for a particular unit, I'm just going to go back to Blackboard. I'm going to go back inside your Coursework Unit 1 folder. Let's say that you have finished Unit 1, Unit 2, and there are no other LSs to complete. You check your schedule to ensure that those are the only two you must complete for Unit 1. Chapter 1 and 2, Learnsmarts, due 1/21/2021. By the way, Unit 1 is due on 1/21/2021 for all of you, no matter which section you're in, no matter which of my psychology courses you're in. The last thing you would then need to do is your exam. Now, unlike your Learnsmarts, your exam is timed. That is, you get 75 minutes, 75 consecutive minutes within which to complete this exam once you begin. Don't click on this exam until you are ready to take it. This exam will cover information from chapters 1 and 2. Again, 75 consecutive minutes to take this exam. You can click on this exam and take it anytime between now and 11:59 p.m. January 21st. Just like you can click on chapter 1 and 2 anytime between now and January 21st, 2021 at 11:59 p.m. to complete those. The difference between these, of course, is twofold. First, the Learnsmarts for chapter 1 and 2 allow you to go back in and take and retake and are not timed as long as you complete it by January 21st at 11:59 p.m. Whereas the Unit 1 exam and all subsequent exams in this course will only give you 75 minutes. And the second difference between these is the way they are weighted. Learnsmarts do not weigh as much. They do not count as much towards your final grade in this class as exams. For more details on the difference between their weighting, please look at the course syllabus. Okay, to recap, to get started in this class, make sure that you've completed the enrollment verification by clicking on the button you see here on the screen, by completing your registration in Learnsmart by clicking on Coursework, Unit 1 folder, and going down and clicking on your first Learnsmart or Smartbook Chapter 1. Going in, registering that you've already purchased, and completing those adaptive learning activities. When you finish those, then, of course, take your exam. All of these need to be done by January 21st, 2021. Again, enrollment verification by January 20th, 2021. All of the things inside the Unit 1 folder under Coursework by January 21st, 2021. Now, of course, there's also a discussion board prompt for extra credit. This does not count against you. It can only help you. Click here to go and read about the extra credit assignment. It, like all the other things in the Unit 1 folder, is also due on January 20th, 2021. And you'll see that when you click inside here. January 21st, excuse me, not 20th, January 21st, 2021. All right, that's all for now. I'm sure that's enough. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a fantastic weekend. Don't forget, if you have any questions or concerns about the course, please feel free to email me at jmccoy, that's JMCCOY, at Cape Fear Community College, CFCC.edu. jmccoy@cfcc.edu. Thanks again for signing up for my class, and I look forward to working with you. Bye-bye.